welcome to your Daily Tarot with me, Cindy. And maybe the deck looks a little bit different today, because it is. The last reading I did was really intense. I'm feeling a little bit lighter about this one. This one's feeling a little bit lighter, and I'm feeling like Spirit wants to have a little bit of fun with us. So I was told to not bring in the Energy Oracle deck today. Instead, I was asked to bring in. Well, actually, I don't want to show you because I don't want to show you what didn't get picked. These are the Zodiac cards. So this comes from this artist. His artwork is just phenomenal. He captures the Zodiac imagery just beautifully. So that's what's in here. Instead of an Energy Oracle card, you're being given. I've been asked to give you a Zodiac card. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it reads. They may be trying to tell you, Spirit may be trying to tell you to act more like this Zodiac sign, or harness the positive aspects of this Zodiac sign, or perhaps you're being too much like this Zodiac sign. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And also, as I was starting to shuffle and lay the cards out to piles, the gods and titans asked in the most polite way possible if they could have their card go before the goddess cards. And the goddesses were like, yeah, sure guys, why not? So that's what's happening. Like, it's going to look a little bit different today. And let's see what kind of messages Spirit has for you about the energies around you right now. So if you want to just pick your card, if you know how to do that, if you have your own intuitive way, go ahead and do that and find the timestamp in the description and you can get started. If not, you can stay with me. We're going to do a little meditative practice to, kind of open your mind's eye, open your intuition, and get that message from Spirit as to which number you should pick. So we'll start that right now. If you close your eyes, take a deep breath. As you exhale, feel yourself release all negativity. It's gone. You're going to take another deep breath, and as you do, feel all of the white light and beautiful loving energy from the universe coming into your lungs and filling your body. And as you exhale, feel your own love and energy being put out to the universe and feeding it. And we're all feeding each other with that energy. And now you can open your eyes and see which number you're looking at. I know I tricked you. It was a really quick one. Okay, so that's your number. So we're going to get started. I'm going to get started with number one, pile number one. What does pile number... Oh, yes, and we're using the... I better grab the book, because we always read from the book from the Shadowscape Tarot. I'm going to change that so we get the beautiful little messages from the artist. Okay, I have my book now. I was not prepared. Okay, so for our Shadowscape Tarot today, we have the Emperor. It's kind of funny that we're doing zodiac signs because the Emperor is the Aries card in the tarot. And for your zodiac card, you have Pisces. Isn't that a beautiful card? I love that artwork. So you have the Emperor and Pisces. And oh, look at, see, they got left behind because they're smaller. But the God and Titan card for today is Mithras, sacrifice. Oh. Your goddess energy card is Mary, miracles. She has been showing herself around lately. She is spreading some miracles, definitely. All right, so for the Emperor card, let me find it in the Shadowscape Tarot here, and I will read to you the artist's description for this card that they created. So with the Emperor, creating order out of chaos, authority, leadership, strength, establishing law and order. The Emperor is a man rooted in his ways and views and regimes, but confident that this is the right structure and way of things. This is a really really great leader. Someone who will also lead by example, who will really utilize people's strengths. Let them use those strengths to support themselves and whatever this cause is that the Emperor may have. Now for Pisces, you're getting Pisces here. This is a very intuitive sign. Pisces are known for being very intuitive. It is a water sign, and water is very mutable. Communication, like all sorts of things can travel through water. Great distances, right? So Pisces can harness this energy. So when I think of Pisces, I think of the term I believe. They sort of, as a Pisces, they find that I believe I can find the answers. I believe that the way will be shown. I believe that I am intuitive. They're real big believers in everything around them. And when we sort of combine them with the sacrifice card, so this sacrifice card is about making a sacrifice for the greater good. And what better way to do, and when I say that, I mean like in a way that a warrior would. A warrior really truly believes, at least in this time period, if we're going to use this as an example, that the battle that they were fighting was so that a society, a way of living that they truly believed was the greater way for all. Now we can look in history and say that was definitely not the situation in many circumstances, but this is just speaking of that sort of sacrifice. Now, if we combine that with sort of the Emperor, I would say that there is probably a balance that needs to be achieved. And I think this is where this Pisces energy comes in, where these two signs feel very, very strong, very confident in what they do. And if we combine this energy with the Pisces and sort of the I believe that what it is that I want to do, what I want to accomplish, that it does need to be for the greater good. It's because there's a lot of very powerful, I want to say sort of alpha energy in these first three cards. But the Pisces, look at how she spreads out her hands, and she's almost like bringing these two elements together, this sacrifice for the greater good and this almost divine leadership. So if you can self-reflect and know for sure that whatever this cause is, whatever you're trying to champion people to get on board with you about, that it is for the greater good, that this sacrifice that maybe you are willing to make, that others will feel that naturally, that yes, you know what, it is worth making this sacrifice right now, because it will serve the greater good for all of us. And with Mary, she is telling you that there are miracles everywhere. So if you are about to embark on something that does feel like the greater good for all, that there will be sacrifices that will need to be made, that these miracles will come through, they will support you. If this is a divine project, a divine relationship, the miracles will happen for it to all come together. It won't have to feel forced. All right, that was interesting. That was very different, wasn't it? Having the cards out like that and having your little zodiac sign. So that was number one. Thank you for letting me read that for you guys. And now we're going to do number two. So number two, your Shadowscape Tarot is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Your Zodiac card today is Gemini. It's pretty cool artwork, isn't it? Like, it's just neat to kind of look at it. Your God and Titan card today is Jizo, support. Oh, interesting. And your Goddess energy card is Ellen, patterns. Okay, so first we're going to read from the Shadowscape Tarot book, see what the artist says specifically about their Knight of Swords artwork. So I'll hold it up here for you so you can look at it while I read it. So for the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is the brave hero who rushes headlong into conflict to defend his beliefs. He is blunt and comes directly to his point and is incapable of dissemblance. So that is a pretty high energy card, isn't it? And combining that with a Gemini, Gemini is a very fast moving energy. If you know any Geminis, like they tend to always be kind of moving. They just have this, and it's almost like this life force energy that I find that Geminis have. And I think they achieve it because they have this balance. And here, this is beautifully depicted with the fire and the water, but they're an air sign. Look at how they're joined, this connection. So this Knight of Swords is a very high energy card as well, individual. And with Gemini, I like to define Gemini as sort of I think. So Geminis are often thinking out problems, thinking out resolutions. So if you're combining that energy with the Knight of Swords, this determination to do the right thing, this energy bringing it forward, it's very powerful. Now, we've got more cards here for your story. So Jizo support, this is a deity, a god, that refused to leave like the earth realm, refused to ascend to the next level, although this deity god had already risen to the point of just being a spiritual entity that was continuing its ultimate spiritual growth. It didn't need to be on earth. He's refused to leave until everybody is looked after and left themselves. It's kind of like no one left behind, right? Like this guy he's incredible. Talk about self-sacrifice. But it's not necessarily telling you to self-sacrifice, because what this card is telling you is that he is reminding you, because this is his job, to remind you to support yourself in sense of a care, like a caregiver, or a caregiver in a sense that if you were looking after someone else, you would make sure that they're eating properly, someone that you really loved, you're really devoted to, someone that you cared a great deal about, making sure that they're eating properly, they're looking after themselves, they're getting the sleep that they need. So this is the energy that he's bringing to you. He's asking you to do this. He's seeing something that you're not doing to look after yourself right now. And if you're functioning on this really high energy with the Gemini and the Knight of Swords, I can really see why this message is being conveyed to you. This is great energy. You can get a lot done and you can help a lot of people, but you need to look after yourself when you're doing that. And Ellen is reminding us of patterns that we see in our life that support us, patterns and situations and people that have beneficial outcomes and energies for ourselves, and also observe patterns that don't. So if there's certain types of personalities or situations that never seem to have a good outcome for you, sort of start taking stock of those and really noticing them and learning how to apply those into your life so that you can start focusing on those patterns, people, and situations that do have a good benefit, and do have a good outcome to circumstances within your day. That was neat. We're getting cards that we haven't pulled in our dailies yet, which is a nice change in energy. Okay, guys, thank you for letting me read number 2. And now we're going to do number 3. So your Shadowscape Tarot card today is the Page of Pentacles. And your Zodiac card today is Taurus. Oh, isn't that interesting? Because Taurus is an earth sign, and Pentacles are about the earth signs. So that's pretty neat. Your God and Titan card today is Zeus, leadership. Oh. Tauruses are known for being leaders. God, your goddess card, energy oracle card, is Green Tara, salvation. Okay, guys, this is interesting. Let's see, let's read from our Shadowscape book on what the artist fully intended, what her message was for her Page of Pentacles artwork, and then we'll bring it together and into a intuitive message. So for your Page of Pentacles here, she is trustworthy, diligent, studious, and embraces scholarship. She is practical, down to earth, and unafraid to embrace a world of physical enjoyment. That reminds me a lot of a Taurus. I think that's great. Because your Taurus, really, they do love the physical realm. They love surrounding themselves in wonderful things, whether it's a home or whether it's artwork or people, like anything in this 3D world. They love those things. They love collecting those things and holding on to those things. And I often describe Taurus as sort of the I have. And when you say I have, a Taurus has a tendency to think about, well, what do I have and how can I best invest in it or invest it, or how can I utilize it to the best outcome for what it is that I'm trying to achieve. And that is really interesting with this leadership card here with Zeus. So let's put them together here. There's quite a bit of powerful energy. There's a lot of fire behind this Taurus card, this energy. And there's also a lot of blue, like air or water energy depicted in it. And it's a nice balance. I mean, this is an earth sign, so it tends to be very solid. Can be slow moving, but it will really stick to the project. And with Zeus as the leadership card in this, combined with your Taurus and your Pentacle, I'm feeling very much like you are moving towards a leadership role in a new situation, a new project, or maybe how you are depicted in your role in your family. You sort of need to step up and be this leader right now. And if you're feeling like maybe this isn't something that you typically do or that you're comfortable with, Green Tara is here to help you. Because with the Salvation card, she is really about bringing people towards you. They're sort of saviors in a sense, in that maybe there's something that you need to get done, but you can't get everything done on your own, so you almost have to delegate a bit, which is what, you know, the leadership card is really about. But Green Tara brings the right people to you, these sort of saviors. Like maybe there's somebody you need to do accounting, but my gosh, I can speak from my own personal experience that accounting is not my favorite thing, and I dread doing that sort of stuff. But she's going to bring someone towards you who has that knowledge and that ability. Not necessarily that you have an accounting issue, but, or maybe you have, maybe you're working with one of your own children right now and they're having problems with some kind of math that they're doing at school, but it's not math that you can help them with. It's like far beyond anything that you're comfortable doing. Maybe someone is going to be walking into your life that also tutors math on the side. So there's this sense that you need to take on this leadership role, and maybe there's more positions that you sort of need to have filled in your family life or your work life, but these people are coming towards you. Great, really good reading, guys. Thank you. Thank you for letting me do number 3 for you. Put that back. And now we're gonna do number 4. So for your Shadowscape Tarot today, you have the Hanged Man. Oh, interesting. It was yesterday we had the Hanging Man from the other deck. Your Zodiac card today is Sagittarius. I love love that energy. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. That is out of this world energy, isn't it? And your God and Titan card today is Shiva Destroyer. Holy masculine energy. Let me just hold these two up right now. Woo! That is wicked, isn't it? That is really cool. That's some good energy to have around you. And your goddess card today is Métis Wisdom. Doesn't she just soften the moment? Just wonderful how she sits here. There's some pretty hot, heavy, intense energy right there. And then she kind of cools it down. She cools it down. Okay, so with the Hanged Man, we're going to go into the Shadowscape Tarot book and just read the quick little message that the artist has created about this card that she has created, and then we'll bring it in together for a full intuitive message. So the Hanged Man, letting go and surrendering to experience an emotional release, accepting what is and giving up control, suspending action, seeing things in a new light. A change in perception of the world may be required. A subtle shifting of the state of mind. That's really interesting. The subtle change in how you perceive the world. Because when I think of Sagittarius, I try to break down my zodiacs into like a quick little I am, I believe, I think. With Sagittarius, I say I perceive. So for me, Sagittarius is about discovering your own individuality and being true to yourself. It's a very independent sign. And how they perceive themselves is often changing, and they're moving towards that. A lot of people say like a Sagittarius is hard to pin down or it's hard to figure out, but it's because like, look at this divine sort of crown, and it's highlighting their third eye. They're sort of on a journey, an out of this world journey, right? About discovering themselves. And that's so noble. And I'm gonna sneeze, wait, it didn't come, sorry. My allergies are starting, I think, here where I am. Anyways, so the Sagittarius and the Hanged Man, in terms of I perceive, I feel like you're really being asked to look at your whole life in a totally different way. Approach it as a Sagittarian. And if you're not familiar with this sign, definitely look it up and feel some of their energy and see how you can apply it to perceiving your life in a new way. And with Shiva, wow, Shiva's the destroyer, but it's a good destruction. Shiva pulls down and gets rid of what no longer serves. So if there are aspects of your life, aspects of yourself that are breaking down, let those be destroyed, and you don't need them anymore. Keep the good stuff. Keep the good stuff. Get rid of the gunk, whatever's not serving you. But this energy, this is powerful, is it not? Really knowing and feeling your pure self. Let's just pull these up together again. The energy of these two is just great. Just feel that energy. Yeah, it's you. You are coming into yours, and you are being energized, I feel like by this sun, this fire energy. You're going to find a new, renewed sense of self. And Métis Wisdom. This is divine wisdom coming in. This is like a transformation. She's sort of completing this cycle of this breakdown, this new perception of who you are or who you could be. It almost feels like sort of like a DNA upgrade. Like, you know, our DNA is constantly changing, and DNA turns on and off depending on what is around in our environment, or what stresses occur, or what good things occur, what euphoric feelings occur. And I feel like you've reached a point where certain strands of DNA you're shutting off, being destroyed. and other ones are lighting up that you didn't know you had, that are changing you in this physical sense. This physical sense is going to allow you to bring in more of this intuition, this divine knowing. Wow, I really like number 4, guys. That was great. That was really great. Well, that's it. Thank you. So look that up and see if you can feel a little bit like a Sagittarian. And that was number 4, and that is it for today. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow. Look after yourself and be really kind and gentle with each other. Bye.